about moving to Canada but you're not sure where to start? Well, you're in luck because this how-to series is dedicated to helping people like you who are thinking about moving to a foreign country but you're not quite sure where to start. So today we'll be looking at how to find a place to live in Canada as an immigrant. Hi, I'm Annalise and I'm an international student from Jamaica living here in Canada. And I'll be sharing some of my journey with you so that you can learn from some of the great things I did and the not so great things that I did. So today, as I said, we're going to be focusing on how to find a place to live while you're here in Canada as an immigrant. So I'll be taking the perspective mainly as an international student, but some of these tips will be useful to just about anybody in any country. So please go ahead and click on the subscribe button and also give this video a thumbs up so that other persons can see that we have some interesting things going on over here in this community that we're building together. I post videos for not only immigrants, but for edutainment. I got it right this time. I post vlogs every Friday at 5 p.m. PST, which is about 7 p.m. EST, yes, or Jamaica time. So you guys can follow me on this journey, join the community, go ahead and subscribe, and yeah, let's get into today's video. So let's talk about the actual search. So my search for housing actually began in Jamaica, and I do say began because it didn't end there. It was not successful. I did get some good leads, but I was not comfortable with sending money to a foreign country while not being in that country. So I ended up renting an Airbnb, staying there for a few days, and then I was lucky enough to actually find a place to stay on, or an apartment to move into on my second day in the Airbnb. So you can see a little bit of that in vlog 1. So that's my first tip to you. Start your search from your home country so that you can get familiar with the housing market, because Canada is vast. Of course, you need to decide where you want to live, but you also want to decide what type of lodging you want. So whether it's a house or an apartment or a flat, you can decide what suits you best based on your personality, your needs, and your family situation. So firstly, you need to decide where in Canada you want to live. Canada is a huge country with several provinces and large cities. So based on the reason you're coming here, whether it's for just to settle, to build your life, whether it's for work or school, that would have some kind of effect on where you choose to live. Also, your family structure, whether you're coming alone like I did or if you're coming with a partner or your entire family, that would determine the type of place you want to live, whether it's a big city or a small town or a suburb. You would choose somewhere that's suitable based on your lifestyle. So to be a little more organized, I would say make an actual list. So write down the things that are most important to you, whether it's living in a small town, living in a city, living in a large house, living in an apartment. Do you want to live close to work? Is it that you want transportation to be nearby? Are you going to drive? Do you want to be close to the train? Make a list so that you can know what to prioritize during your search. So once you've settled on a location, it's time to do the actual searching. So you can use, I can tell you what I used and what most people actually use. You can search on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, and you can use Kijiji. Kijiji, I'll put that name on the screen because it's a little bit, it took me a while to remember it because it's a little funny. It's Kijiji. Yeah. So that website, it actually offers a lot more than real estate, but I guess that's for another video. But yeah, so you can use those sources to find somewhere suitable to live. And I would say, I'm not gonna tell you guys, don't send your money overseas to a foreigner that you don't know in a country that you're not in as yet. But I didn't do that, and I wouldn't encourage you. I wouldn't encourage you to do that. The other option to work with a realtor or a real estate agent. So this is an option I actually explored. I found a realtor in Vancouver. She was really good. She had a lot of properties under her management, under her portfolio, and she gave me some good options. But as I mentioned, I just wasn't comfortable sending my money overseas. So that was a condition of me booking the place that I actually found that I liked. So I wasn't able to go through with that. But realtors would have they would have access to a wider range of products in terms of lodging. So that would help to alleviate some of the stress of trying to figure out where to look, or what type of lodging you actually want. Do you want a house, apartment, etc.? So yeah, you can work with a realtor to cut down on that stress and to get access to properties that you probably otherwise would not have access to. Oh, and of course, the realtor would have information about like the rules and regulations and leasing arrangements, leasing agreements, things that you may not have had to really delve into before, or it may be different from in your home country. So yeah, the realtor would be able to provide that information that would help you to make the best decision for you. So along the same vein, as I mentioned, there are several types of different I keep saying apartments. Apparently, I love apartment living. My first apartment was great. I still miss it. Yeah. But anyways, so there are several types of lodgings that are available, and some of those lodgings they will be furnished. Some won't be furnished. So you want to pay close attention to whether or not the listing is furnished or unfurnished. As a student, it may be better for you to find somewhere that is actually furnished so that you don't have to start spending right away. You don't have to dip into your bank account immediately, or you don't have to add extra to your budget in that regard. As it relates to me, the apartment I got, we basically had everything but a bed. I had to buy a bed. I did not expect to have to buy a bed because the pictures that I saw, there was a bed in my bedroom. So I should have asked. If the bed came with the apartment, like everything else came with it, the couches, everything else. But yeah, I had to go on Amazon and purchase a bed. So I bought it's actually in my room. You probably see it sometimes. If you see something red wrapped up in plastic, something white wrapped up in red plastic, that's my mattress. And I just put the frame under this bed because this is a queen size bed. Mine is a double bed. I got mine for overall about $350. So yeah, I actually tried IKEA. That didn't work out for me, but if they had the bed that I wanted, it would have been great, but they were out at the time. So another option is Amazon. If you want to not have to deal with the shipping, yeah, Amazon is a good choice. Although they did ship it to the post office instead of carrying it to my apartment, which wasn't great, but thankfully I did have help. All right, back to the search for housing. So next step is signing the lease. So when you do in fact find somewhere that you want to rent, the next thing to do is to send the rental agreement or the lease agreement. So you want to ensure that you read it thoroughly, read it carefully, so that you know the terms of what you're signing to. You'll know when you're supposed to pay your rent, which is usually the first of the month, based on what I've seen here in Canada. But read the lease agreement. You would have discussed beforehand, more than likely, how much the security deposit is. Some leases will have what the security deposit covers, and it will list if it has like different appliances. My last lease, it listed the things that we had access to, which was interesting. I think I remember the dishwasher not being a part of the lease agreement, which is a little bit strange, but yeah. So let's read it carefully to see what stipulations are in there, just in case there's anything strange like that, where there's just one appliance that you're not allowed to use. Yeah. Next, I'm gonna mention this as a bonus tip, although we're in the middle. Renter's insurance. It's important to get renter's insurance just in the event of any freak accidents or any normal accidents, because as humans, we have accidents all the time. So it's just in case, something, I don't know, you leave an iron on and it smokes up the wall, or maybe you hung a picture with something that should have been removable, but it still like rips off a piece of paint, whatever it is, or you damage a sofa or something larger like a piece of equipment. You want to have that insurance that will cover that cost instead of you having to take that out of pocket. So you definitely want to get renter's insurance, even though it may seem like a hassle. What we did at my old apartment is we just got one insurance contract that covered everybody, and then everybody just paid $7. So all four of us paid $7, so it wasn't that, larger bill. So if you're a student and you're rooming with people, you can split the bill that way. So I mentioned places like Facebook, Kijiji, and Craigslist for finding somewhere to live. But another great tip, and the way I actually found my apartment, was through a WhatsApp group. So if you're a student coming to Canada, make sure you seek out WhatsApp groups of students who are similar to you who will be residing here in Canada, because you'll all be looking for a place to live, and you'll be able to possibly meet someone who you mesh with, and you guys can share an apartment together. So that's how I found my last apartment. And I don't remember exactly how I got into the first WhatsApp group. I think I went on Facebook and searched by name for the name of my university, and then I got added to that one group, and then another group from that one, another one, and another one. So yeah, so you can go on Facebook, get yourself added to a social group of students from your school, and that will help you with not just finding a place to live, but a whole lot more regarding school. All right, so here are some additional tips. One, you want to look for social groups on Facebook or WhatsApp to join. As I mentioned, that's how I found my apartment. So it's a really good resource, especially for students. But if you are, a family or a single person coming here on your own, you can check out some Facebook groups and try to join those so that you can get access to housing information. All right, next, you want to ensure that you research the community that you're moving into to make sure that it actually meets your needs. So whether it's one that's near to school, near to work, near to transportation like the SkyTrain, the bus, whatever it is, or that it's just safe, or it's quiet, or it's a family community, or it's more of a small town, close-knit community. Just research it to make sure that it actually meets your needs. Next, consider short-term rentals, because the home that you find initially may not be your forever home. So try to find one that has like a month-over-month rental agreement, like the one that I'm in right now and the one I was in before. Both of them offer a month-to-month rental agreement. So consider a short-term lease over a long-term lease so that you can decide if it is right for you. Next, you want to ensure that you're budgeting for utilities as well as your rent. So some places may have the Wi-Fi, water, hydro included, and others may not. So you want to ensure that you can meet your monthly obligations and meet them in a timely manner. Make sure that you're budgeting to include all of the necessities, all the utilities, as well as your rent. Okay, so lastly, get your paperwork in order. So this dog though, you done? Yeah. So next, get your paperwork in order. So some places may require proof of income or references or even a credit check. So those, if you're able to get them beforehand so that you can present them when you're ready to sign your lease for your new home. The last tip, it's not really a tip for finding a place to live, maybe a tip for staying in the community that you like long term. Get to actually know the community, get to know the culture of the community. As I said, Canada is huge. British Columbia is huge. Even Port Coquitlam is huge. Vancouver is huge. So, get to know the community so you can start to assimilate and you can start to enjoy the surroundings. Don't be a house rat like me. Go out and see what there is to do. Speaking of which, there is something called May Days. They're actually having a celebration this week. So I'm thinking about going. So let's see if I actually make it to the house. But yeah, they have a huge celebration on this Saturday. So yeah, hopefully I can, go out and get to know the community like I'm advising you to do, to get to know the community. Yes. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Those are my tips on how to find a place to live as an immigrant here in Canada or wherever you are in the world. So yeah, thanks for watching my video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like the video, and share it with anybody who you think may be interested or may be able to learn something, or if you think they're planning to come to Canada or go to another country, this may be useful to them. So yes, guys, thank you so much for joining my community, to all who have joined. And yeah, I look forward to sharing more with you and learning more from you. So keep the conversation going in the comment section. I'll be looking if there's anything I can pick up in case I want to move again, or anything that can help me to enjoy, the experience more living here in this community. So yes, guys, take care of yourselves. I am going to crash now. I did 2 exams today related to a job and my brain is fried. So yes, guys, enjoy your day, your night, your weekend, your week, whatever it may be, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye for now.